Did you know Peppa Pig might have an evil twin sister? Leaked artwork shows an extra piglet in the family's garden standing beside Peppa and George. Fans named her Olivia Pig, a shadowy version of Peppa who never appears in official episodes. But that's not all. Another theory suggests that when Mummy Pig gave birth to Evie, she actually had twins. One baby became Evie, the other, nicknamed Peggy, was left out of the story. The clue? Evie's cheeks are shaped like hearts, while Peggy's are plain round spots. It seems like a tiny detail, but in the world of Peppa Pig, small details spark big theories. Why call them evil? Because they were erased. They don't appear, don't get mentioned, and don't have a place in the family. That silence makes them feel like forbidden characters hidden away for reasons unknown. This chilling idea flips Peppa's world from innocent fun into something darker, where twins linger in the shadows, forgotten by everyone. Wouldn't that change how you see every family scene in the show? And if that secret makes you uneasy, the next one is even wilder. The endless army of Miss Rabbits. Miss Rabbit is everywhere, flying helicopters, running shops, working in hospitals, even selling ice cream. How can one character possibly do it all? Fans think she isn't one character at all. She's a clone. According to the theory, Grandpa Rabbit created copies of his daughter to control every job in town. Look closely, and the Rabbit family runs almost everything: transport, food, healthcare, entertainment. She never tires, never rests, and somehow is always there when needed. It's quiet domination hiding in plain sight. Could Miss Rabbit's endless energy just be cartoon comedy or a hidden hint that Peppa's world is run by an army of clones? So that was the shocking truth about Peppa's hidden sisters. But that's just the beginning, because the world of Peppa Pig hides much stranger mysteries. From builders running scams to entire families mysteriously disappearing, and even characters who may not be who they seem. Things are about to get darker. Grab your popcorn, because we're diving deeper into the 12 dark secrets of Peppa Pig, and the next one exposes a scam that's been going on right under everyone's noses. Mr. Bull keeps fixing Madame Gazelle's school roof, yet each rain brings new leaks. Daddy Pig runs a marathon to fund repairs. Mummy Pig skydives, the kids hold a bazaar, and still the roof fails. The theory: he does sloppy work on purpose to keep the money flowing. He even hangs around school events despite having no kids there. Would you trust a builder like that, or do you think the town just ignores the obvious? Zooming out, a darker pattern appears. Almost every pig is related to Peppa. She travels to France, the US, Australia, Italy, yet we never meet unrelated pig families. Fans think pigs are disappearing, maybe a disease or disaster. That's why Evie's birth felt huge, and why Peppa jokes about marrying Pedro Pony with only George and cousin Alexander around. There may be no boy pigs left. Seen this way, Peppa's family aren't just the leads, they might be the last pigs standing. Imagine watching the show again with that in mind. Every laugh suddenly feels like a survival story. We've seen scams and vanishings, but things get even stranger when background characters reveal hidden sides. What if someone you thought was harmless was secretly watching your every move?
New ice cream van.
Ice cream!
Background character. Mr. Labrador pops up wherever Peppa's family travels. New York, London, Paris, the same day every time. Coincidence? The theory says he's a spy, quietly tracking the pigs. In George's new clothes, mud splashes the camera lens, hinting someone's filming them. Some think Miss Rabbit and her clones employ him to know what Peppa's family will need next. Always there, always watching. Doesn't that sound more like a surveillance agent than a friendly neighbor? Then there's Mr. Potato. When Peppa asks if people should eat potatoes, he freezes. In TV land, Super Potato appears as a TV persona too. Conclusion: they're humans in costumes, not magical veggies. Peppa's world is animals who talk. Vegetables don't fit, unless it's showbiz. Mr. Potato becomes stranger and funnier when you see him as a person pretending to be food. Suddenly, his awkward pauses feel less like comedy and more like someone caught in a lie. A small but unsettling question: where do milk and wool come from in Peppa's world? Miss Rabbit sells a wool sweater in George's new clothes, and we see cow's milk on tables. But Mrs. Cow and her daughter Claire are characters. And Susie Sheep's family exists too. Are byproducts coming from classmates' relatives. It's disturbing to imagine Peppa wearing wool from Susie's relatives or sipping milk provided by Claire's mom. A harmless detail suddenly becomes a dark contradiction. Even stranger, time barely moves. Across 300 Claus episodes and multiple Christmases, Peppa stays 4, George 2. Fans suggest Grandpa Rabbit built a machine that froze time. He's portrayed as eccentric and improbably long-lived over a century. If he halted aging, he preserved himself and trapped everyone else in an eternal present. That means birthdays without growing up, holidays without progress, a world caught in a permanent loop. Cute on the surface, haunting underneath. If time can be frozen and milk has a hidden source, what about family itself? Some secrets aren't about science or magic at all. They're about who shows up and who doesn't. Auntie Dottie, Mummy Pig's sister, rarely appears. Granny and Grandpa Pig barely mention her. In Horsey Twinkletoes, she gifts Peppa and George a toy horse, fun but risky in a hilly town, ending with Daddy Pig's accident. Fans read distance and distrust into her limited presence, a family member kept at arm's length. Her choice is a little reckless. Why does the show avoid her so much? Maybe the family itself prefers to keep her away. Meanwhile, Claire Cow, Mrs. Cow's daughter, is absent from Mrs. Cow's wedding to Mr. Bull. For a show that spotlights family, that's odd. Given Mr. Bull's roof grift, some theorize he wanted Claire out of the way. The series never explains, it just leaves a conspicuous gap. Whether oversight or hint, it feeds the sense that perfect families in Peppa's world have cracks where not shown. Jokes at Daddy Pig's expense often go a step too far. In the Father's Day episode, the family forgets him and Treehouse Peppa mocks his belly. Played for laughs, it also reads as underappreciation. A gentle dad whose efforts rarely get respect. Some fans see him as quietly tragic, a father mocked for his flaws, ignored for his strengths. Behind the comedy, Daddy Pig may be one of the saddest characters in the series. And then comes the spookiest theory. Madame Gazelle is a vampire. In the Halloween episode, she has no reflection. She also taught the parents when they were kids, suggesting she's been alive for decades, maybe centuries. Immortality would fit the pattern, a timeless teacher in a town where time won't budge. The show never confirms it, but the clues are undeniable. What if every classroom lesson came from a teacher who's been lurking for generations, hiding fangs behind her smile? Put it all together, hidden twins, cloned rabbits, a builder's scam, vanishing pigs, a traveling spy, humans in veggie suits, uneasy milk and wool, frozen time, a distant aunt, a missing child, a dad who isn't valued, and a possibly vampiric teacher, and Peppa's sunny world looks full of shadows and secrets. Maybe they're just playful theories. Maybe they're breadcrumbs left for sharp-eyed viewers. Either way, they keep fans watching, wondering, and talking long after the muddy puddles dry. And next time you see Peppa giggle and jump, remember, behind the laughter may lie a hidden twin, a secret spy, or even a vampire in the classroom.